and welcome to the Royals Rundown Podcast, the Kansas City Royals podcast in association with Inside the Royals. I am Jake Milham, and joining me tonight, I have two folks. One, I have Lucas Murphy joining me as always, but tonight we have a special guest, Mr. Tyler Zuber of the Kansas City Royals. First, Tyler, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm good. I'm soaking up the Arizona weather and just became a dad of a duck. So I guess you could
Yeah,
say
we're gonna
been
touch on that a little bit more later on, man, because that is a saga all on its own. But Lucas, how you doing tonight, man?
Man, as Ice Cube once said, today was a good day. So I got my son a glove, got a baseball glove, and I'm in the scenario where he's 3 years old. Don't know if he's a lefty or righty. I'm a lefty, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get him a lefty glove. So today he stayed home with me, and we started taking grounders in the living room. A tear came to my eye because he is throwing about 90 miles an hour already. I'm hyped. But in all seriousness, he just wanted to keep going. So a proud dad moment for me, man. Super pumped and doing good.
Well, good, man. That's that'll bring a tear to your eye. I'm glad you got that experience with him because that's not something we all experience, and that's just the love of baseball, you know.
Heck yeah.
But well, hey, we gotta bother our resident Royals player right here, Mr. Tyler Zuber, because this man's been a busy man since last time we had him on the podcast. I don't know what the heck he is doing back there. I think he's taking care of his duck dad duties.
I had to. He's laying off in the. It seemed like he's just laying off and the air just kicked on. So I know he's cold. So I had to go get his blanket for him.
Well, hey, Tyler, you know what? Let's not dance around it any longer. So basically, you were telling us that this duck got abandoned near where you're living out there in Arizona. Is that right?
Yes, he got mangled up with the wrong mom, and she survival of the fittest. She tried to end him, and we stumbled across him at the right time, and now he's our pet as of right now.
There you go. Well, so I gotta ask. It sounds like if the wife has her way, this is gonna be a permanent situation. But what say you? Now, remember, this is recorded, so
Now, if she was here, she would back me up on this. She wasn't the one that wanted to keep it. It was me. I was like, I looked at it, and poor thing it looked like it got scalped right here on the back of his neck.
Oh man.
And so I'm just imagining the mom like grabbing hold of his neck and pushing him under. And so she just kind of skinned him a little bit. And the poor baby was like, just like couldn't even hold his neck up.
Man.
Well, I'm assuming, what I'm going to assume is that he was just in shock at the time.
Yeah.
So when we stumble across him, she's like, "Oh, well, he'll be okay. He'll be okay." And I said, pick him up and let's take him. Because she's raised ducks before. She's raised ducks. She's had ducks. She's stolen the mama's eggs and birthed eggs on her own. Like she's done it all. So I was like, this is perfect. Pick him up and let's take him back. And she's like, are you sure? I said, pick him up. So sure enough, she finally picked him up. And I say for probably 3 days here before she left, I was like, I want to keep him. I want to fly with him. He's going to be our duck. He's going to go to Omaha. He's going to go to Kansas City. He's going to go to road trips. He's our pet from now on. Now that I've got him by myself, I can't wait to give him away. It was good. We nursed him back to health. We saved his life. Every time that I'll call her or something and talk to her about him, she's cried to me twice and been like just so emotional. She's like, I just love him. I don't want to give him away. So now who's the one that's really like heartstrings are pulled now?
Oh my gosh, sounds like the roles have completely reversed on that.
Completely.
Oh my gosh, Lucas, have you ever was like I don't want to say grown birds, but have you ever raised birds? Like the chickens and ducks and stuff like that.
No, I've gone to the extreme as a kid where you would find the random turtle, and we had like a plastic pool. Never realized it till I got older that I raised a snapping turtle. So yeah, that it had like it'd been spray painted, kind of a similar situation, probably mistreated by some, other people. And I found it, took it in, and was feeding it lettuce and all kinds of stuff, not realizing that it would much rather be chomping down on, meat. So took that in, did the whole guinea pig thing, did some hamsters, gerbils, stuff like that, but never a duck.
Oh man, it's been a long time since I deal with birds. Those things stink after a while. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, well, this duck, he craps. I guarantee he craps probably 20, 30 times a day. And it's just so little. And like, you got to clean it up, or otherwise you'll step on it. And then it's annoying. And so, yeah, I can't wait to give him away and let him
There
be
you go.
some problem.
There you go. Just keep it moving, man. It was fun while it lasted, but yeah, just
It's a
keep it
good pet.
rolling,
It's a
man.
good pet for about a week. We'll
There you
say that.
there you go. Sounds fair. Well, hey, listen. So you were telling us you're out there in Arizona right now. How are things going out there?
They're good. They're good. Yeah, it gives get to the field and just do my rehab stuff and kind of getting a little farther out there whenever I'm throwing.
Okay.
So I'm starting to build the arm strength up and preparation to get ready for bullpens. I think they're in a couple weeks or so, maybe
All right.
3, something like that. So in preparation for that, and then do a few of those, and we'll see where the time goes from there.
All right. Sounds like a plan to me. Look, hey man, don't be pushing yourself too far out there. All right. We want to see you back on the diamond. Don't get me wrong, but we want to see like you back on the diamond. You know what I mean?
Oh, I know. And so it's I'm just taking advantage and trying to get as healthy as possible. So when I do start playing again, it's not like a get on, get off, get on, get off, constantly one of those kind of deals.
Yeah. Lucas, did you have something you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I saw you post. It looked like you were throwing off the mound on one of your Instagram posts. It was an absolute disgusting pitch. It looked like a changeup. Is that what that was?
It was, but that was from 2020. So
Okay.
that was a while ago. That was during the COVID prep time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna post something baseball related, and I'm like, I don't care. And then of course I got like 7 or 8 people that messaged me and whatnot. They're like, dang, like, dude, you look ready. You look ready. I'm like, well, it's from 2020. So
I think I
Well,
messaged you too, possibly, and I was like, "Holy smokes, that was filth!" But I was like, "Man, that's disgusting."
yeah, so it's playing catch with it feels good. So we'll see if it how it feels whenever I get off the mound.
well,
I
good.
I was gonna ask you real quick too. When it comes to like rehabbing stuff like that, what pitches do they often want you to kind of like do last? Like you start working fastball first, then breaking pitches, or how does that work?
Usually it's fastball changeups just because typically your arm path it's the same, like pronation wise, and then towards the end it's kind of with everybody. Sliders and curveballs are always last, just
Mhm.
because it's different. It's a different way of like now you're going more of like this or like this, rather than like going fastball changeup kind of deal.
Hmm.
Uh, in my case, since it wasn't surgical, I could do it quicker. But like obviously, like a person like Tommy John, where you get a brand new ligament, it's different. Months at a time. Um, so yeah, I'm I'm able to throw everything right now, just playing catch wise. So that way, when I get off the mound, it's not like, hey, we want you to throw 25 pitches today, and I want you to go fastball and changeups. Well, I haven't thrown a changeup since December, so it's like one of those kind of deals. So
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for giving us that insight. But I do have to ask, man, is your head okay with all this? Like, I know this has got to be frustrating, especially for a professional like yourself. Are you doing all right? Is it frustrating? Like, how are you feeling?
no, I'm doing great right now, to be honest. It took a toll on me last year because my shoulder's been hurting since March of last year,
Mm,
2021. So dealing with the pain for a year, it's like you go to sleep and you wake up in the middle of the night to your shoulder throbbing. And it's like, oh my gosh. And so it's constantly like that. Opening up a door was sometimes difficult. Hugging people was sometimes difficult. So like that part got really stressful. And then right before the lockout happened, or I guess during the lockout, I was at we were at our Airbnb, my wife and I, and she asked me to hand her a thing of water, and I couldn't even hold it up.
Man.
So I was like, well, if it hurts doing baseball stuff only, I can leave it at the door and not bring it home. But whenever it's hurting at home, like now I gotta say something.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of it was just kind of trying to play Superman and be like, oh, I'm okay. Like I'm gonna pitch through pain. But little did I know it affected what was out there on the field. So I said, you know what? I would rather miss 3 months to start the season than miss potentially 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many years of a career that I might have. So I'd rather wait and get healthy. So now whenever I do go out and pitch, it's like, all right, now I'm healthy, I'm ready to go, and not kind of playing this game all over again.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that you're investing in yourself like that. You know, taking care of yourself, because that's all you can really control. Ain't nobody gonna take care of you for yourself. You know what I mean?
You got that right.
But well, I mean, you have someone else to take care of in your life right now. You got married since the last time we talked, man. How's that been?
It's good. You know, having her out here is helping, and the rehab life is helping me to where I get to spend more time with her because I'm done by 12:30
Okay.
every day. So, you know, I get 12:30 until whenever we go to bed, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, to hang out with her. So we're getting to spend a lot of time together.
Good.
We'll go to the pool. Well, we hadn't been able to go to the pool since we got little man. But we go to the pool. We kind of got into a routine where we go Wednesdays. We go to see some puppies at this mall, and we just hang out with them and kind of like trying to get a feel of like what dog we want whenever
Okay.
we do it, getting one. And then that's on Wednesdays. Usually every other day we just go for a walk around the lake and feed our ducks and geese and Cheerios, and that's about it.
There you go. So the routine's helping, it seems.
Yeah, it helps. And you know, it helps because she doesn't, I mean, she stays inside, so it like helps get her away from seeing these same four walls all day long and whatnot. So it's it's good. I'm glad that we got this little lake over here. That's been good to go and do. Gives us something to do.
Yeah. That's good stuff, man. Well, hey, you know, congrats to you and to her, and you know,
Thank you.
it's always a great experience to be able to kind of grow up in a sense with someone else.
Right.
You know? But I'm glad that you have her out there to support you.
No
Um,
doubt. No doubt.
but so I can't avoid it. I gotta shift to the Royals a little bit, man. You know, some of these new faces that we've been seeing in the bullpen. You know, you've pitched alongside them before at various levels. You know, Colin Snyder is the first one that comes to mind for me. How do you, as you're seeing kind of these young guys progress, how's that make you feel right now? Like, are you the seasoned vet? Is that how you're feeling right
No,
now?
no, no. I've barely even gotten. I view it as like I've barely even got my feet wet still. It seemed the best way I can describe it is they have just jumped into the water,
Hmm.
and my feet just come out of the water and are dangling and still dripping. Like I'm fresh out. I'm ready to get back in kind of right now. Um, but yeah, I'm happy for Colin. You know, we were drafted the same year. We were in Burlington together, Lexington together, Lexington the next year, Wilmington the next year. Like we've kind of been coming up together. 2020 is kind of where the separator year,
Mm.
where and then I kind of took off a little bit, and then now to see him up there and having so much success, I mean, gosh, it's fun to watch. I mean, that sinker that he throws and that slider he's got, that combination is call him the fireman, rescue, lifeguard, call him whatever you want, but he's doing it, and I love watching.
Yes, sir. He's certainly a fun one to watch. Now I'm gonna ask you another question. It's a little bit more on the mental side of things. Um, there are some pitching prospects in the Royals system who've kind of they've been yo-yoing a little bit. They'll come up, they'll go back down, come up, go back down. Um, have you been in that situation before?
Oh yeah, last year I think I did it. I think they called me the pitching version of Edward Olivares.
I didn't realize it was quite that many.
And it wasn't like 15 to 20 times like him. I think I might have been like 8 or 9 times. So I did it quite a bit.
How does in your head, how does that make you feel? Like does that re-energize you? Is it, does it unmotivate you? Like what does it do to you, man?
I think everyone's different, obviously. People take a demotion, if you will, as like, oh gosh, I got demoted. Like, what are people gonna think? Other people, might think, all right, fine, like good, like all the pressure from being in the big leagues is off. I get to go down to AAA. Basically, stats don't matter. I'm focusing on what I'm working on. And may it be whatever it is. If it is throwing fastballs inside, like I'm not throwing a fastball away. I'm strictly throwing every hitter fastballs in. Tell me, can I go up with a fastball in or down with a fastball in? Just that's where I'm going. Or so like it gives you that sense of working on stuff. So I mean, I guess you could say there's two sides of people. There's the positive, optimistic type, glass half full or glass half empty kind of look. I viewed mine every time I got sent down. Sometimes I was a little upset because I was like, golly, like I just threw well, or like I kind of feel like I'm on the uppity up and trending upwards, and now I'm going right back down. But then whenever I come down, it'd be like, all right, I get to go back to pitching the ninth inning where I feel most comfortable in AAA, and now I get to go out and have fun and dominate the ninth inning. And now, boom, that confidence does this and just keeps stacking on higher and higher and higher. And then it's like, I'm ready for that phone call. Whenever it happens and he says, hey, you're going back up, I'm ready for it.
Well, shoot, man, I'm ready to run through a brick wall. Lucas, how about you, man?
Yeah, you know how I am. I love that stuff. That fires me up. So, of course, I got a few holes in the wall anyways from the last time we talked to Tyler, I think. So,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, I was going to ask you, as far as like when it comes to like seeing Bobby Witt Jr. finally make it to the bigs, and now we're seeing MJ Melendez. Do those types of like young talented players coming up, does that really kind of start to change the culture, I guess, or like bring a new life to the locker room? Because those are some young guys that are experiencing it for the first time, and like, does that change anything, or is it more of a humbling, like I'm going to just learn the experience and go about my business?
I don't know. That'd be kind of like something I figure out whenever I get back up there, but yeah. I can only, just from the outside looking in, I can only assume it's kind of like a re-energized kind of deal. Like, all right, we got an elite kid at third base now, and that's got the potential as the sky. We got MJ, who's got a rocket of an arm. He's good behind the plate. He can hit for power. He's got speed. So now it's like these young guys are coming up. It's like, here comes reinforcements, almost, kind of. So I would assume it kind of gives everyone like like that second wind. It's like, all right, we can do this. But I mean, granted, it's 20 something games into the season. So like, yeah. Well, everyone's still running on that first wind. But yeah, I mean, seeing those guys come up, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 or 6. I don't really know, but there's going to be multiple more debuts that come. And whenever they do, it's almost going to be like, here it comes. Like, we can sense, here comes reinforcements. Boom, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. All of a sudden, it's like, wow, like, this lineup has a lot of potential now. And then all of a sudden they put it together, and it's like, hold up now. Like, we need to keep an eye on these guys. Like, we need to take a few extra minutes in these scouting reports on the Royals because these dudes are legit.
Yeah.
Well, man, I certainly hope that you are a part of those reinforcements here sooner rather than later, man. I know
plan.
you're itching to get back out there.
That's the plan. What I don't know when. I want to be 100% when I do say let's rock and roll. But yeah, I'm ready to be part of the reinforcements, I guess, if you will.
Well, hey, man, just keep on focusing, doing what you're doing. It seems like you're doing everything that's within your power. I'd be a little I'd be a liar if I didn't admit I wish you were out there in Camden Yards. I'm going to be there on Sunday. But
yeah, I can say, and seeing that lady stretching. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I did. I did see that.
See, that was wild. That's wow is all I can say. Just wow. But hey, good for her though. I mean, maybe she's using it to motivate herself.
Yep, maybe so. You know what? That's a story we can roll with, right? Well, hey Tyler, I do apologize, but that's all the time we got today. If what platform are you most active on nowadays?
Me?
Oh yeah, on social media.
Not Facebook. Twitter and Instagram. Really, those two.
All right, what are your handles on there?
I think it's just Tyler Zuber on Twitter, and then maybe Tyler Zuber 180 or something like that on Instagram.
All right, sounds
Something
good.
like that.
All right, well, no more posting videos from 2020 and getting us all excited now. All right.
I know I might have to go back to college days. Be like, oh, okay. So see, now we know.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that everyone's like, all right, he ain't for real then.
All right. Well, hey man, hey, thanks again for joining us tonight. I mean, it's always a good time whenever you're on. Just a little chat.
Yeah.
And just we thank you for being so humble with us. And shoot, don't forget about us when you're closing out games and coughing. All right.
No, I ain't gonna forget. I promise.
All right. Well, hey Lucas, as we're wrapping up, where can folks find you on social media at?
Head over to the Beat of KC, guys. Everything that I write, anything that I'm involved with is going to flow through that Twitter handle. So make sure you guys head over there. Check out the work through Inside the Royals as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please leave the podcast a like, subscription, or review on your respective platform. You can always continue the conversation or just simply support us by giving us a follow on Twitter at Royal Rundown Pod. Again, this is Jake Milham. You can follow me on Twitter at jmilltheham. I'm going to be posting all the podcast episodes, audio, video, whole shebang. They're going to be available on there. But again, for probably the third time now, want to thank our special guest tonight, Tyler Zuber of the Kansas City Royals. It's always a pleasure to have you on, man, and we wish you and the wife the best of luck in the upcoming year, okay?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me again. Anytime. I'm always down for this.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, hey, again, to our listeners, thank you for listening. And until next time, go Royals.